I know this show's supposed to be about video game playing, but this episode I'd like to try something a little bit different. This episode I'd like... Just kidding! Hey, have you played Cottage Temper Tantrum on PS4? So Cottage Temper Tantrum takes place in northern Canadian camping country, and you play the role of Shane. And your role is it's a first-person game, and you just have all your friends up for the weekend at your aunt's cottage, and you just have to party and get drunk, and that's how the game begins. The first half of the game is pretty low-key. You're just wandering around, getting to know the land, exploring. You're a little buzzed, afternoon, day drunk.
Oh, Bear, I'm too drunk for this.
The graphics in the game are beautiful. This is PS4, this is next generation stuff. The scenery is very breathtaking. You can do a lot of different things too. You can go hiking, you can go swimming, you can go fishing. You get to explore the Canadian wildlife. There's a part where there's rhinos.
Look at those rhinos.
And I personally have never been to Canada, so I assume rhinos, that's accurate. I don't... Everything's going fine. Shane's having a good time. His friends are having a good time. Until one of his stoner friends asks Shane to go get him a drink.
Can you grab me some more booze, man?
And then Shane's girlfriend tells him that they're completely out of booze.
I drank the last box of wine.
There is a truck in the game.
I don't think you should drive, man.
But since everybody's so day drunk, they've been drinking and canoeing all day, the game actually doesn't allow you to successfully drink and drive.
I'll be fine. I'll just chew some gum or smoke a cigarette.
Which is a good message.
My iPhone charger was in there.
So the more you play as Shane, the more you start to feel him getting a little bit crazier. He starts to witness his friends getting depressed because there's no booze and they have to witness nature just sober. Seeing all of his friends depressed and Shane starts to sober up, this is where Shane starts his tantrum and then the game really starts.
Someone help me!
As the player, you control all of Shane's kicking and screaming and swearing, so you have full control over how embarrassing he gets to be.
Fuck! 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 Shit! Fuck! Shit! Shit! Shit!
You press R2 to kick, and then any other button on the controller is just a swear word.
Fuck! Shit! Fuck! Shit! Fuck! Shit! Fucking shit! Shit! Jizz! 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 Doing sport! Piss! Piss!
Canadian elephant rampage.
The more things that you ruin around the camp, the more that Shane levels up, and then different occurrences can start happening randomly around the camp. Like I got to this one level where a bunch of Shane's old high school buddies showed up, but they showed up with a 6-pack of Coors Light, which spun Shane into this whole new level of crazy.
Oh, come on! It's a good day drinking beer!
He really took it out on the Coors Light guys. He did not like them. I took it out on them. That was me. I'm the player. I controlled everything that he did.
Why is he burning our friends?
I think they brought Coors Light.
So I guess the object of the game is just to continue tantruming on different things around the camp, destroying things. You get to a certain level where you can tantrum on bigger things, but you risk the more possibility of hurting yourself, and then you have to call your aunt. So then once you summon Aunt Carol successfully, she'll show up with her platonic friend Linda, and spoiler alert, skip ahead if you don't want to know how the game ends. This is one of the endings, that she shows up with a van full of Smirnoff Ices.
Oh, Shane, I heard you tantruming, so I brought you some Smirnoff Ices.
Aunt Carol, you're the fucking best!
Oh, it's my pleasure. You're such a good boy. Where's my boat?
And that's the game. That is it. That's the whole game.
Oh yeah, Smirnoff Ice!
So that's really the game, technically. I mean, you can keep playing, but all your friends are just iced out around the campsite, just passed out. And then the game will randomly show you Smirnoff Ice ads, which you can't get around. You can't skip them. And then you can't reset the game either. You can't start a new file. And that's just, if you play it, if you want to watch people passed out. So all in all, I had a lot of fun playing this game. About 120 hours to beat the whole thing. If you want to pick up your copy, I found my copy in the flap behind a Greyhound bus seat. It's, you know, that part where you put your snacks in. There was a copy there, and it was just in a DVD case, which was for like Powder. The movie, remember that movie? It was in there, and yeah, it worked in my PS4. And then this is the game that showed up, and I was happy for that. So if you want to pick up your copy, go ride a Greyhound bus. And maybe there'll be a copy out there for you, so you'll have a good time.